Imagine this, 30,000 Muslim warriors standing on the edge of a deep valley, facing a massive Roman army of over 200,000 soldiers. The odds were impossible. But this was no ordinary army. This was the army of Khalid ibn al-Walid, the Sword of Allah. This is the Battle of Yarmouk. The year was 636 AD. The newly born Islamic State had already shocked the world by expanding rapidly across Arabia. After defeating the Persians in Iraq, the Muslims turned their eyes to the west, to Syria, a prized land under Roman rule. The Byzantine Empire, led by Emperor Heraclius, was desperate. He gathered a massive coalition of soldiers, Greeks, Armenians, Arabs loyal to Rome, and Christian tribes. Over 200,000 men were called to crush the Muslims once and for all. The Muslims, only 30,000 strong, were led by one of the greatest military minds in history, Khalid ibn al-Walid. With no massive empire behind them, no castles, and no large supply chains. They relied on their faith, unity, and brilliant tactics. The place, the Yarmouk Valley, near the borders of modern-day Syria and Jordan. It was rough terrain, steep cliffs, deep ravines, and open plains. Khalid chose this place wisely. He positioned his army with their backs to the valley. It seemed dangerous, no room for retreat. But Khalid had a plan. His men would fight knowing there was no turning back. The Roman commander, Vahan, believed numbers alone would win the battle. He tried to negotiate. He sent letters offering money and peace. But the Muslims refused. Khalid famously said, "We came to bring people from the worship of men to the worship of God." Vahan waited too long. He allowed the Muslim army to organize and prepare. And when the battle began, it was too late. The fighting lasted 6 days. The Romans launched wave after wave of attacks. On the first day, the Muslim army held their ground. On the second day, the Romans pushed hard, but were met with fierce resistance. On the third day, the Roman cavalry tried to outflank the Muslims, but Khalid had anticipated it. Every move by the Romans was countered with precision. Khalid's cavalry moved like lightning. He used small, mobile units to strike, retreat, and confuse the enemy. By the fifth day, the Romans began to break. Their morale was collapsing. On the sixth day, Khalid launched his full assault. His cavalry swept through the Roman flanks, while the infantry crushed the center. The Romans, trapped between cliffs and Muslim forces, had nowhere to go. Tens of thousands fell. Others tried to flee, many drowned in the Yarmouk River. It was a decisive and total victory. The Battle of Yarmouk ended Roman rule in the Levant forever. Syria, Palestine, and Jordan fell into Muslim hands. The Byzantine Empire never recovered in the east. The Muslims, despite being outnumbered nearly 7-1, won because of leadership, discipline, and faith. Khalid ibn al-Walid never lost a battle. And at Yarmouk, he secured his place in history. Yarmouk was not just a battle. It was a turning point. A moment when the impossible became reality. When faith met strategy, and destiny changed forever.